Alright, what's going on everybody? It's BBCanXS here for another tour of my tower video. So, just to start off, this is my second video of this series. If you haven't seen the first one, I do recommend going to watch it. It might not be as high quality as this video, because I'm trying to constantly improve. But without that being said, I'm going to get started here. So, to start off, we'll go into my stats page. You see I'm rocking with 287 trillion now, versus last videos being at 140 trillion. So we've doubled our lifetime coins in just 1 week's time. That's a lot of progress made. I'm doing about 2 runs a day in tier 10. Currently I'm making it to about a wave 8,100. That's a big number for me, with 11 trillion coins per run. You can also see my last time I was only at tier 15, around like wave 100ish. Now I'm at tier 15 wave 301 and tier 16 wave 80. I'll get into how I was able to get to tier 16 shortly, once we get towards my modules. That'll be the big reason why. Okay, moving from there, we'll go into my tournament screen. You can see I'm in I made it out of platinum into champions, guys. So we'll go into my history here. You see my 2 tournaments ago, I made it to platinum 4 with 1,500 waves. This tournament that just ended yesterday, I managed to get 546 in champion, and I made it into place 20, meaning that we get to stay in champions for another go. We'll hopefully stay there for as long as we can. I hope to not drop back into platinum, but if I do, I'm confident now that I can get back out of platinum. Alright, moving along here, we'll go into my runs. So, like you see, I'm running tier 10 right now to wave 8,100 roughly. I did have a couple runs where I was only getting 7,000, but where is it? Right around here is where I was able to make it to that wave 8,000, and right here is the starting point from when I was able to get to the point where I was able to make tier 16 for one reason only. So one of the big reasons why I had only 500-ish waves less, 400 or 500 less in these runs here, was because I was not running my landmine stun card. That's a big deal. I'll get into that in a moment. Alright, so moving along here, we'll go into my workshop. So with my attack workshop, nothing's changed. Again, 5,500 there. Same with everything else on this. We're still running that 93 meter range. Into my defense workshop, again, 5,500 health. We are up to 5,600 on the health regen, however. So everything else stayed the same besides that. Our wall health is still at 1,000. Wall rebuild still at 200. Our orbs are still at 4 because that 93 meter range is helping us again. And then everything in the utility workshop has been the same, except for I have invested a little bit more into my enemy attack level skip. I believe 30 or 40 levels ish. I'm at 280 now, putting me at 18.05 base, which has been pretty good for me. It's just really expensive now, so I don't know if I'll be continuing to upgrade. I might do 5 now instead of 10, because that's still not as expensive. Alright, into my enhancements. Nothing's changed here. 1.4 is on everything here. We are up to 1.44 health, 1.45 regen, and 1.45 wall health. That's been pretty big for me. This wall health has been huge in general for just my tournaments and my normal runs. Into my utility enhancements, I have gotten, I believe, 1 or 2 more clicks into my coin bonus. I believe 1 more click into my cells bonus. I could be wrong on that part. And then we got recovery packages. I invested in this not knowing that it wasn't for the actual chance. But anyways, that's not really needed for me. I believe I got 1 more click into free upgrades. This one will be big because I need to keep raising this in order for my black hole digester to continue doing work. And then we're slowly working on getting an utility for the attack level and health level skips. Alright, going from there, we'll go into my ultimate weapons. So since the last time, I have upped my chain lightning chance. We're at 18.5 now. I believe the last time I was at 10 or 12.5% base, something around there. Other than that, I believe everything has stayed the same. I want to eventually work on getting my chrono field to max cooldown and 60-second duration or 61-second. Everything's same here. Nothing's changed. Going into the cards, this is what we're working with, 16 cards. I am working with 4,000 gems, working on getting the 17th card slot so that I don't have to take out my cash card and put in Berserker. I did have my Landmine Stun card out for those 4-5 runs-ish for Super Tower, and it didn't end up helping. Putting Landmine Stun gave me another 400-ish. Okay. Into modules. This is a big thing. This was what got me to tier 16. We got legendary now. This was right before the previous tournament, and that allows me to get permanent black hole combining with my galaxy compressor. Slowly working on getting to level 101 on my sharp fortitude so I can get an extra slot there. And then the black hole digester has still been going good for me here. Into my labs. Lab speed's still going. We finished out, or brought our reroll shards and our daily mission shards up to 25 each on those. So now we're going for a rare drop chance. We ended up slotting an orb boss hit instead of wall health so that we can get that finished out, and then we'll probably slot wall health back in or might move into some other attack upgrades. We finished out trade-off perk bonus, so now we're working with standard perk bonus. Got that up about 1 level, and then Deathwave cell bonus is still going strong. In the history here, this is what we've mainly been working with. Yeah. Nothing crazy yet. But we did unlock Shatter Shards. That'll probably not be started for a little while. I'll probably end up finishing out lab speed before I begin that, or at least get closer, just because it takes so long just for 1 level. Alright, moving along. Event shop, nothing's really changed here. I'm not going to finish these 2 before the end of the time. Everything's purchased, nothing new here. I believe I got 1 more click into bonus. Just going to keep on working on that before I start AmpBot. Guild just started the new one, new week here. Fetch we have synced, or not fetch, summon we have synced at the 100 seconds now. Now it's just time to raise duration. And then fetch is just getting us our rewards as normal. In the store we've got everything except for the currencies now. So just got these to finish out. And then yeah, so currently with the milestones, we ended up getting that tier 16. That was only because my first perk of that run was 8x health regen for a decreased amount of health, and then I wave skipped wave 300, meaning that I wouldn't have died. And so we got to wave 301. And then into tier 16, yeah, we made it up all the way to wave 80 and then died. So close to card masteries, but I don't need to get there anyways. I have a long way to go before I can invest in those properly. Moving along, we'll just double check. Yeah. Just going over these one more time. Landmine Stun is the big reason that I've been doing so good. And then we'll get the 17th card slot by the next couple days. And then this was the huge thing. I got this right before my Platinum tournament, which is what boosted me up to get into Champions League. Alright. That is going to wrap it up.